Hey everyone, and welcome. This is going to be a time to transform from your inside out because this May 4th, Pluto is going to be now stationing retrograde. This is your forecast for all 12 signs. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional, evolutionary, and Western astrology. I'm excited to share this transit forecast with you. If you are new here, you can find more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. I thank you for liking and subscribing and for sharing your journey with me. So on May 4th, 2025, Pluto is now going to station retrograde at 3 degrees of Aquarius. This brings this really powerful inward journey that's going to last until October 13th of 2025. So like throughout the summer or fall, depending on like where are you in the globe. And so Pluto is going to end its retrograde at 1 degrees of Aquarius. So remember that this is not a fast moving or fleeting influence here. Pluto's retrograde, it really invites us to do the deep soul work. It's whatever is beneath the surface that we are working on. It asks us to now turn our focus inward and reflect on the themes of power, control, release, and transformation. Pluto is the planet of birth, death, rebirth, and transformation. And so when it begins to slow down, all of these topics, they resurface because it's literally retracing its steps, where we are now offered a chance to revisit any unresolved issues, maybe uncover these hidden truths, and to transform literally from the inside out. This is not always a comfortable process for us, but it's necessary and it's ultimately empowering for each of us. Pluto removes what is no longer aligned with our deeper truth. It rules over shadow work, like owning what we've done. And during its retrograde, we're more likely to see clearly where we have been clinging to control or avoiding the necessary change, or giving our power away. The control is control that we want over others or of situations, and where they also have it over us. And so now layered in with this retrograde, it's in the sign of Aquarius. This is a fixed air sign. It is known for its vision of innovation and rebellion and this connection to the collective. And so Aquarius represents technology, community, ideals, revolution, and the idea of our future. It's a sign that challenges any outdated systems, and it looks to seek out reform. It wants to elevate. It wants to awaken. And so with Pluto and Aquarius, this transformation is not just about you personally. This is about societal or systematic, and it's tied to how do we participate in communities, the digital networks that we are part of, and movements that are part of societal change. When Pluto stations retrograde in this sign, it's us being asked to rethink the structures that we've built around belonging and equality and relationship with types of innovation. We begin to question the way that technology influences us within our personal lives and the balance of power within digital spaces, like our social media, AI, activism, and our digital identities. It now might come like under a magnifying glass or in the spotlight, especially regarding who controls these tools and how they shape our not just our personal but our collective consciousness. This retrograde is really going to be this call to evaluate what is your role in the greater whole. Where do you feel like you're an outsider? Where have you suppressed your own authentic voice in order to conform? What ideals do you truly believe in, and how are you living them? Aquarius energy, it reminds us that progress doesn't come from like literally copying the past, but being willing to imagine and create something that's radically new. So on a collective level, this retrograde might bring you a deeper reflection on technological ethics, like issues around privacy, surveillance, AI use. All of these topics can now come to the surface and for a reevaluation. There could be exposure of power imbalances in our digital or social our social systems, truths coming to light that were once hidden or once ignored. This is bringing back up things that we had suppressed. There could be a reassessment of collective ideologies and reform efforts. There can be social justice movements that now take a more introspective and a strategic turn. There can be shifts in leadership or group structures that highlights who holds influence and how do they use it. Now, on a personal level, this could be a time for you for internal, like a recalibration. You might feel called to detach from old group dynamics, to reevaluate your social networks, or to explore your relationship with independence and rebellion. This is an invitation for you to go inward, and in order for you to transform your own inner world before reemerging with greater clarity and strength when it goes direct in the fall. A few reflection questions that we can focus on is, where do I need to reclaim my power? How has my relationship with technology or social media influenced my sense of self and values? And it's a time for you to look at what outdated beliefs about your future and the progress that needs to be released. This is you looking at, how can I contribute more authentically to the collective vision that I believe in? Now, during this retrograde, practice discernment in your online interactions and your digital consumption, like what you're taking in, who you're following, what you're doing. Do your shadow work. Know what triggers you and ask why. Allow space for the deep psychological healing, especially around topics that are about your identity and where you belong within a group. Don't force any external changes during this time. Focus on shifting your inner structures first. Use this time to truly redefine what is your long-term vision and let go of the old dream. Allow it to die if it no longer fits with you. This transit is not meant to break you, but to strip you away from what is false, so that the real you can rise with clarity and purpose. The universe is literally right here whispering in your ear that your evolution is not only necessary, it is now unfolding. So offerings this month. For private consultation, you can visit willowgracemystic.com and choose from the offerings there. For working with the moon, check out my moon manifestation guide following the link below. You can sign up for my newsletter and find out about specials, early releases, happenings. If you're interested in a community with like-minded individuals where we learn, share, connect, grow, check out my Patreon using the link below. There is a 1-week free membership. I do have a special for all Tauruses out there. Celebrate your birthday with a solar return reading at a special rate. Use the code Taurus10 at checkout. Additionally, I offer live astrology consultations right here every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am looking to connect with each and every one of you to help you navigate this journey. So let's dive in. So for Aries, Pluto is going to be stationing retrograde in your 11th house. This revolves around topics of community, friendship, networks, what your vision for the future is. I always say it's your hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, and who do you network with in order to align with those topics. It's wanting to be part of something bigger than self and also promoting self. And so this retrograde is really prompting a deep transformation within your social circles, circles, your affiliations, your long-term goals. You might find yourself pulling back from certain groups or questioning whether your connections, do they truly support your growth? The opportunities that can come from this is you reclaiming your own power within these group settings or leadership roles for yourself, reevaluating your long-term aspirations with who are you aligned with, and possibly joining or creating a community that shares your deeper values. The challenge that'll come from this is power struggles. This is about manipulation within friendships or social groups or networks, feeling isolated or misunderstood as you shift your ideals, or a detachment from an old vision of what you wanted your future to look like. This is really going to be a powerful time for you to truly reevaluate your social landscape, all of it. Be mindful of the energy exchanges within your friendships. Notice who supports your growth and who drains or dims your light. You might feel called to truly step back from groups or causes that you once felt in total alignment with, and now it's not out of bitterness, but because your personal soul is growing and evolving. Redefine what community means to you. True allies, they challenge you to rise, not to conform. Use this retrograde to connect with people who inspire your highest self and to dare to dream of a future that really reflects your own deeper values. Don't be afraid to lead or to walk alone for a time if it's needed. Your path is meant to create a wave that for others to also follow. A mantra can be, I attract soul-aligned connections that uplift my highest vision. So Aries, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Taurus, Pluto is now stationing retrograde at the top of your chart. Remember, if the first house is you, the 10th house is literally how people look up at you or how authority figures see you. So this is about your career, your reputation, your public life, your legacy. And so this retrograde moving this through this area of your life is literally placing this magnifying glass on your career, on your life path, on these power dynamics with your public life or your professional world, or where you want to be known or seen. And so if something isn't aligned with your own personal integrity, it's going to be a time that you're going to want to restructure. This is the house of, this is how I want to be known. And so if you are in a position where you are volunteering, because this is the house of responsibility, the legacy that I want to leave behind, the opportunities that come from this is you deepening your authority, claiming leadership in a true, authentic way. You transforming your career by aligning with your purpose, rebuilding your reputation on your terms and not on other people's. The challenge comes from clashes with authority figures or career limitations, or a fear of exposure or failure, or of losing status, of letting go of these outdated definitions of what you considered to be what does success look like. Take a long and honest look at your career path, your public image, the reputation that you hold, and look at it as, are you climbing a ladder that still leads to somewhere that's meaningful for you? Or are you chasing recognition that just no longer fulfills you? Pluto asks that you rebuild your sense of purpose from the ground up. And you might ask, you might ask yourself to release these ambitions that once drove you, but that no longer like match your evolving identity. If challenges with authority come up, or within professional areas that it's about control, if these topics come up, know that they are literally a mirror that's helping you to define, how do you want to lead? How do you want to serve? Use this period to set firmer boundaries. Look to refine what is your mission and to build this legacy that aligns with you doing the deeper soul work, not just what society's expectations are. A mantra can be, I rise by staying true to my purpose, not the world's expectations. So Taurus, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Gemini, you have Pluto stationing retrograde in an area of your life that revolves around cross-cultural experiences, foreign people, places, and things. It's the house of higher beliefs, higher learning. It's expansion of your mind in connection to people far and wide. It's publishing, legal matters. And so with Pluto retrograde here, it's urging you to reflect on, what is your belief system? Education. How do you make sense of the world? This is the time for you to let go of any outdated philosophies, and for you to truly embrace a new paradigm of truth. The opportunities that can come from this transit are you taking a deep dive into spiritual or philosophical studies, healing dogmatic thinking, and opening your mind up to truly new dimensions. It's connecting with other people, places, and things to expand your mind, reclaiming your voice as a teacher or a visionary. The challenge comes from an inner conflict that revolves around faith and freedom and trust, resisting the changing core beliefs. And there could be a disillusionment with institutions or mentors that are in your life. This retrograde is truly asking you to step outside of like the mental boxes that you have lived in. Examine your beliefs with honesty. You are having to look at this and say, are these truly yours, or were they passed down unquestioned? Break free from outdated philosophies that literally limit your expansion. This is a potent time for you to begin to revisit spiritual or philosophical studies, to question teachers or ideologies that you once followed blindly, and explore these paths that offer you soul growth, for you to travel, even if it's only through books or through your mind or through the internet, like classes and workshops. This can radically shift your personal worldview. It's you letting go of needing to be right and embracing the sacred uncertainty that comes from transformation, because wisdom emerges not from answers, but from you having the courage to ask those deeper questions. A mantra can be, my truth evolves as I grow, and I am open to a higher understanding. So Gemini, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Cancer, you have Pluto stationing retrograde in your house of intimacy, power, transformation. This house for you revolves around, where am I invested financially, emotionally, sexually, in contracts with other people. And so this retrograde is really activating your house of deep emotional bonds, shared resources, deep psychological transformation. You are being called to face your fears around intimacy, control, vulnerability. Opportunities that can come from this are healing wounds around trust, betrayal, loss. This could be reclaiming your sexual and your emotional sovereignty, releasing toxic attachments and these financial entanglements that you could have with other people. This can be business partners, but this can also be exes, or it could be family members. The challenge comes from the shadow dynamics within partnerships, because now they're going to resurface. It's a time for us to review and to look at them again. There could be struggles with you letting go of what you cannot control, and there can be this hidden emotional baggage that demands your attention. Pluto retrograde here is really asking you to take a deep dive into your emotional and your energetic world. It's helping you to break these karmic ties and to release this buried pain. This is a time to detox emotionally, sexually, energetically for you. Take stock for where you have given away your power within these intimate relationships or financial and entanglements and these emotional patterns that you continue with. There could be old fears around loss, abandonment, betrayal. All of these topics now resurface. But this is not about breaking you. This is to show you where you are, and are you ready to heal? Are you ready to reclaim your wholeness? Seek support where you need. And trust that facing this darkness, that it leads you to this profound light. Your transformation is sacred, and it's meant to liberate you, to not punish you. Step into your emotional truth and own your depth of capacity to love, to grieve, and to rise again. A mantra can be, I embrace transformation and I release all that no longer serves me. So Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and that continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Leo, you have Pluto stationing retrograde, and if you are Leo, the opposite is you with everybody else. This could be in personal or professional partnerships, relationships. It's literally the house of contracts and negotiations and all types of partnerships. And so with Pluto retrograding in this area, it's spotlighting your one-on-one relationships with other people. This is going to be a period that you're going to want to review the balance of power in all of your partnerships. That means romantic, business, legal, everything. It means you with everybody else, somebody else. And so the opportunities can be deepening your intimacy through honesty and through mutual empowerment. You redefining the terms of your commitments, and what does this look like? You calling in these deep soul connections that challenge and evolve you. The difficulty or the challenges that can come from this transit are power plays, definitely power plays, because Pluto brings in control dynamics within relationships, within partnerships, and you having to face your fear of abandonment or dependency or codependency. There could be an ending or a restructuring of significant relationships or partnerships within your life. And so this transit is really bringing truth to the surface of all your partnerships, whether they're romantic or business or contractual. You are literally being shown where balance is off and where mutual empowerment is lacking. If fear or control or people pleasing has shaped those relationships, Pluto now invites you to release those patterns and for you to rewrite what does the narrative look like between you and somebody else. Use this time to evaluate who you are in connection with and whether that is a reflection that you are seeing in others and whether it still really resonates with your evolving self. You might end or you might reshape some of these important relationships, not from ego, but from a deep self-respect. This is going to be your opportunity to build sacred, conscious partnerships that are rooted in equality and truth and emotional honesty. Don't fear emotional honesty. It is your most powerful tool right now. A mantra can be, I honor truth and growth in all of my relationships. So Leo, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Virgo, you have Pluto stationing retrograde in your house of finding a balance between home and your career, your mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health, well-being, finding a counselor, finding a mentor. It's your day-to-day habits. It's your work. It's your health. And so this retrograde is really here to help you focus on what are your routines. Are you focused on wellness? These systems that you rely on in order to function every single day. Pluto is now here to say it's time for a detox, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally also. The opportunities come from transforming your daily routines in order to support your long-term health and well-being, healing patterns of overwork or perfectionism, discovering the power of devotion through like mindful discipline. The challenge comes from burnout or anxiety or obsessive routines, difficulty in releasing control within your day-to-day structures, facing possibly hidden health issues or some subconscious habits. This retrograde is really going to bring the attention to like your inner rhythms, and it's asking, are your daily habits truly supporting your well-being, or are you running on stress and these outdated routines? Pluto is really going to spotlight the subtle self-destructive patterns that are hiding behind your quest for perfection or control. Take this time to reset your physical, your emotional, your mental health rituals. Examine your work habits. Are you serving with like devotion, or are you just surviving through obligation? Healing comes when you allow space for gentleness and balance and a spiritual integration in your day-to-day life. Choose to make your daily structure sacred. Create rituals, not routines. Tend to your body like it is a temple, and your tasks, they are like offerings. A mantra can be, I release control and I create space for sustainable harmony. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Libra, you now have Pluto stationing retrograde in your house of creativity, love, beauty, self-expression, art, music. It's your inner child. It's also the house of what we want to birth or create. And it could be your inner child, or it could be children in general. It's the house of your relationship with joy and creativity. So having Pluto station retrograde here, it's going to bring you deep insight into your relationship with romance, children, your own inner child, creativity. This is going to be a time when you're going to want to reconnect with what makes you truly feel alive. The opportunities that can come from this are healing these creative blocks or fear of visibility, transforming your relationship with pleasure and passion, you reclaiming your right to play, to love, to create without shame. Like, being seen and just doing it because it feels right. The challenge comes from emotional vulnerability within love or your artistic pursuits. There could be old heartbreaks resurfacing in need of healing, fear of being seen or rejected for your own truth self. Know that your inner artist, the child, the lover, it's calling for you to reclaim it. Pluto here is asking you to shed shame and fear and perfectionism around expressing your own true essence. If you have hidden your creativity in order to avoid judgment, or if you dulled or dimmed your light within love or with others where you are wanting to be creative, now is the time for you to take it back. This is an invitation to fall in love with life again. It begins with falling in love with yourself. Dive into creativity, not to impress other people, but to heal yourself, your own inner child. Romance can intensify at this time and deepen or even end, because this is asking you to transform, but only so you can realign with passion and honor your own truth. Embrace vulnerability, because this is going to be the gateway to authentic joy for you. A mantra can be, I express my truth with courage, passion, and joy. So Libra, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Scorpio, Pluto being your chart ruler, it's always important for you to be following where does it go and what does it do. And so having Pluto at the bottom of your chart, remember the bottom represents our home, our family, our roots, our foundation, our traditions. It's building the security from the foundation up. And so having Pluto stationing retrograde here, it really pulls your attention inward into your own private world of family, home, the emotional core of your own being. This is going to be a powerful time for you to share private time, like for you to go inward and examine your own ancestral patterns and for you to reclaim your own emotional security. The opportunities can be healing family dynamics or these generational wounds. It's looking at the patterns of parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, the people that have come before you. And so you redesigning your living space in order to reflect your own inner transformation. You strengthening your foundation by nurturing your own inner child. The challenge comes from an emotional upheaval or buried family secrets that are resurfacing, resisting to release these old attachments or identities, feeling destabilized during this transformation process. Remember, Pluto asks us to go within and to look at this for what is not working, birth, death, and rebirth. It's a time of transformation to grow. You are literally being called to go deep into ancestral healing. Pluto retrograde here, it's inviting you to confront your own emotional wounds, family patterns, your core sense of safety. This isn't just about your physical home, it's like your own inner home. So look closely at where your foundations that you have built, or fear, or survival, or emotional suppression, what needs to be cleared for you so that your soul can rest and to root and to ground and then to rise. This is going to be a time for shadow work around lineage, childhood, identity. It's you redefining what does home mean for you. This is you recreating a space to reflect emotional safety that you are now claiming. Root yourself into truth so that you can build with intention. A mantra can be, I am safe, I am grounded, and I am free to rewrite my foundation. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. For Sagittarius, you now have Pluto stationing retrograde in your house of communication. This represents all ways that you take in information and you share it with others. It's the house of learning and neighbors and siblings and cousins. It's the people that are around you that you communicate on a day-to-day basis. So this retrograde, it's really reworking your own mindset. It's your communication style. It's how you take in and process the information. You might revisit old ideas, contracts, unresolved issues within siblings or neighbors. The opportunities that can come from this transit is really a deepening of your voice, you speaking with greater impact, a release of mental patterns or limiting thoughts. It's like the broken record and saying, I am that no longer, and just because somebody else has said it or believed it, it's stopping the broken record and moving on past it. It's you exploring new ways to communicate and connect. And is that through email, phone, text, the way that you share your ideas? The challenge comes from obsessive thinking or overanalyzing conversations, conflicts in communication, or misunderstandings that come up. There can be difficulty in trusting your own voice and your own intellect. Know that your words hold power, so use them wisely. This is going to be a time that you're going to want to align your thoughts, your speech, with your own inner truth. Pluto retrograde here is challenging you to examine your thoughts, your language, and how do you engage with the world mentally. Are your words empowering, or are they limiting? Are your inner thoughts supportive, or are they filled with fear? This is going to be a chance for you to completely rewire your own inner narrative. You might need to revisit conversations, contracts, or relationships with people within your community, neighbors, siblings, in order to resolve these lingering issues or power struggles. Pay attention to obsessions, mental fixations, or the need to prove yourself through your intellect. Know that your voice is definitely powerful, but only when it flows with this inner truth, not with ego. Rewrite your story with clarity, with purpose, and integrity. A mantra can be, my words are a reflection of my soul's wisdom. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Capricorn, Pluto stationing retrograde is in your second house of money, security, self-worth, cash, property, skill set, resources. The second house is, what do I need in order to feel safe and secure? And so having Pluto stationing retrograde is literally saying, I need to dig deep into my relationship with money, with possessions, with my own personal value. It's going to be a time that you're going to want to turn inward and ask yourself, what do I truly value? And what's the price of keeping what no longer serves you? So the opportunities can be rebuilding your self-worth from the inside out, transforming your approach to money, to material success, you releasing this scarcity mindset, this scarcity thinking, and claiming your inherent value. The challenge comes from financial instability or fear of loss, clinging to security at the cost of being authentic, your authenticity. There could be power struggles around resources and ownership. This retrograde, it's inviting you to rebuild your relationship with worth, not just financial, but emotional and spiritual. Where have you tied your value to material success or outer approval? Pluto asks you to reclaim your power, not it's about your reclaim your power from the illusion of lack or fear or loss. You might experience changes within your income, your resources, your self-esteem, but these shifts, they're here to really design to help you step into greater empowerment. Reflect on, how do you save? How do you spend? How do you invest? Not just your money, but your energy, your time. This is you letting go of the scarcity patterns and anchor into knowing that your worth is non-negotiable. And embody this energy of abundance before seeking it externally from other people, places, and things. A mantra can be, I am worthy, I am abundant, and grounded in my truth. So Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Aquarius, this is all about you. Having Pluto station retrograde in your first house, it's your identity, your power, your personal evolution. I always say the first house is your business card, it's your website. It's who you are and who you are presenting to others. And so this retrograde going through this area of your life, it makes it deeply personal for you. It is about your identity, your appearance, and how do you show up in the world. It's you being asked to literally shed old skin and to step into your true power. Reclaim your agency over life, and how do you express yourself to heal these identity wounds or body image challenges, to transform your presence into something that's magnetic and authentic. The challenge comes from this inner resistance to changing in how others perceive you, a crisis of identity or ego level fears. There could be pressure to control your narrative too tightly. This is a rebirth of your identity, of who you are. Pluto retrograde here is asking you, who are you now? What masks need to just fall away so that you can embody the next level of yourself? Old personas, labels, roles that just no longer fit you. This is not a crisis for you. This is a shedding. You are now learning to own your power unapologetically. You may feel raw or exposed at times, but know that you are stepping into this more authentic and magnified presence of who you are. Use this time to truly redefine, how do you present yourself? How do you assert yourself with your will? How do you choose to lead? Transformation, it's not cosmetic. It is cellular from within. Rebirth begins with radical self-honesty. A mantra for you can be, I evolve with courage and I lead with authenticity. So Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Pisces, this retrograde, it's really going to have you turning inward, because it's hitting your house of subconscious, solitude, soul work. It's karma and past lives, or what has been passed down from generation to generation. Having Pluto stationing retrograde here has you doing a lot of powerful work behind the scenes. Pluto here is working within your hidden realms, your dreams, your subconscious, your fears, your own spiritual life. It's preparing you for this profound inner transformation. The opportunities can be healing your past life or your ancestral karma, strengthening your intuition and your connection to spirit or divine. Because the 12th house is dreams, intuition, psychic ability. It's the connection to. It is also hidden enemies. It is the house of isolation. And so it's releasing these unconscious fears that literally have held you back. The challenge comes from emotional overwhelm and confusion and the need for more solitude, which can feel isolating for you. Shadow work that just feels intense or difficult to define. Your soul knows the way. Let it guide you. This is sacred time for you for rest, for renewal, and reconnecting with your divine source. Pluto retrograde here is a spiritual excavation for you. You are being pulled inward to release lifetimes of this psychic residue, fears, losses, these unconscious patterns that have silently shaped your path. This is not a time for like outer action. It's a sacred descent into the unseen. Spend this time alone. Journal with your dreams. Listen deeply to the voice beneath that noise. You might grieve what has never fully processed. Let it move through you. This is going to be a powerful time for you for energetic healing, past life regression, spiritual study. You are releasing karma. You are preparing for a rebirth. Trust what is unseen. You are being remade on a soul level. A mantra can be, in stillness, I discover the power of my soul. So Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of the transits, visit willowgracemystic.com.